Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. So we're back. We're gonna do another one. And I'm either dressed like a bum or I'm wearing scrubs. This is my life. So anyways, scrubs today, not bum. So anyways, we are gonna do another video. This is the last story in this book. So I am kind of shocked that I've already been through this whole book. And I think I'm going to do some serial killers or just something. I'm going to take a break from paranormal for a little while because I just did so many paranormal videos. So I think that's where we're going to go. We're going to do some crimes, serial killers, blah, blah, blah. I've been watching a lot of videos lately on serial killers that are not as well known as other ones are. So I'm like, oh, there's a lot out there. Holy shit. Well, anyways, guys. So today is the last story from the Haunted Rockford, Illinois book. So let's just get into it because the last story I just went and shot footage for, and I am gonna see where I can possibly shoot footage for this one. So I don't know. We'll see where this one takes us because I have no idea. So, anyways, today's story is The Witch of McGregor Road. So let's get into it. This local legend has been around for years. Some people say it started circulating in the 1980s, while others put the origin even further back. Researching local legends is always a challenge, and attempts to find the origins of Bula, the witch story, proved nearly impossible. There is a story that took place in 1913 that may have been where the story began. In 1913, there was a Register Republic article that spoke of a family that was having some problems. This family of L.J. Johnson. Hey, we have an L.P. Johnson in town. I wonder if it's supposed to be that one or not. Well, probably not. So, anyways, this family of L.J. Johnson lived on a farm located 4 miles outside of Rockford. A report was called into the police about a terrible fight that occurred in the home. The caller went on to say that one of the daughters was being attacked with a hammer. The police hurried to the Johnson home to find the 6 members fighting with one another. Sometimes they just have to duke it out. That's what happens with siblings, anyways. You guys get mad at each other and just duke it out until you're done. And then you're just better again. I don't know. It's weird. Siblings have weird relationships. I'm just saying. The family members, with the exception of the father, believed that they suffered from horrible headaches and other physical ailments, all caused by one of the daughters, Beulah Andrews. The Johnson household was in constant turmoil because Mr. Johnson took Beulah's side, while everyone else believed her to be a witch. The verbal altercation grew so heated that one of the daughters had a seizure, causing the woman to become even more excited. The police became concerned by the probability of violence between the family members and finally decided that something more needed to be done. The entire family was loaded into the police wagon and driven to the jail. On the ride, all of the members, except for Mr. Johnson and Beulah, complained of attacks brought on them by the witch. The neighbors described the breakdown of the family and the horrible shouting matches that occurred on a daily basis. They also informed the police that the Johnsons already had one daughter who had been committed to the state hospital for the mentally insane. Another daughter had been in and out of Elgin with mental issues, though the neighbors weren't clear on that daughter's identity. The neighbors also spoke of the family's belief that Beulah was a witch and caused much mental anguish for the family members. When asked, the neighbors couldn't say if they believed the family's claims about Beulah, but they did point out that Beulah and the father, Mr. Johnson, were seen in the woods with lanterns late at night. The Johnson family was taken to the police station to be escorted to court in front of Judge Lewison. The judge listened as the family testified against one another. They told of one daughter's descent into madness that led to her placement into the state hospital for the insane. Miss Johnson claimed that her daughter Beulah would cause her and the other family members to have horrible headaches. They were also made to dance uncontrollably. Beulah, the accused daughter, denied practicing witchcraft. She also stated that she was too busy helping her father to raise the vegetables that they sold from their truck. I have no time to do all those things, Bula testified. Mr. Johnson had tears in his eyes as the judge rendered his decision for the family to split up. Bula returned to the family farm with her father, while Miss Johnson and Marguerite were ordered to live with Miss Johnson's sister. Whether this story was later recalled to add fuel to the fire for the Bula legend is unclear. There appears to be no connection between the Johnson family and the woman who would suffer from the harassment in the future. Over the years, the Bula witch story changed until there were several different versions. One version of the story claimed that there was an old witch named Bula who lived in a house in some secluded woods on McGregor Road. She was allegedly responsible for abducting children to use in her satanic practices. Instead of deterring teenagers from going to the woman's house, this story had the opposite effect. They flocked to the area around her house. Another version claimed that this woman had been a teacher in a one-room schoolhouse located on McGregor Road. While Bula was teaching one day, the building caught fire, and 2 of her students died. Bula was so devastated by the fire that she purchased the school and turned it into her home. That seems like a weird thing to do. Like, you're so devastated that you're going to buy the school that was essentially on fire and kids died. I can't imagine that. I call bullshit, guys. Sorry. I'm just reading the story and I'm calling bullshit. I didn't read ahead. I've been busy. So anyways, the parents of the children she taught held her responsible for the deaths and ostracized Bula. The guilt she felt and the treatment by the locals pushed her over the edge into insanity. She was seen wandering the woods around her house, calling to the children who were lost in the fire. Bula was sometimes accompanied by her 2 large German shepherds, one white and one black. No matter the version you heard, the stories always caused the same reaction and gave locals a reason to drive by Bula's house at all hours of the night and day. These visitors would throw items into her yard and beat their horns in an attempt to get a glimpse of the witch. But there was an article, however, about 2 men who were arrested for harassing a retired school teacher who lived on McGregor Road and Weldon Roads. The 1973 article listed the elderly woman's name as Marie Buskey, and further research confirmed this as the identity of the woman who lived at the address listed on McGregor Road. Marie Buskey was born on May 7, 1907, to parents Richard and Augusta Buskey. There would be 2 boys and 3 girls born into the family. Marie was active in several clubs in high school and participated on the swim team. She showed interest in working with children as a teacher very early. The family was very involved in the Calvary Lutheran Church, which I've been there too, and Marie, like her sisters, would teach Sunday school there. Marie and her sisters also appeared to be quite daring. In a newspaper article dated 1925, Marie and her sister Lulu were attending the college courses in DeKalb when the girls and their roommates decided to walk home to Rockford. DeKalb is not a hop, skip, and a jump away. That is a 45-minute drive if you do the speed limit. I can do it in like 30. Probably no less than that, though. I mean, I can shave off 15 minutes. That's probably the best. DeKalb is not that close. It's actually quite far away. Maybe I'll put up a map so that way you guys know what the hell I'm talking about. So I can't imagine that they would walk home to Rockford. So that's another one I'm calling bullshit on, because if it takes you 45 minutes to drive, it's going to take you like a whole damn day to walk that shit. And it's all country. It's all country. It's not like you're walking through these little towns and shit. It's not like that at all. So I'll show you. I'll put a picture of a map so you guys know what I'm talking about. Also, DeKalb is where NIU University is, where they had that. It was a mass shooting there, and a bunch of kids died. So that was at NIU in Illinois, in DeKalb. So there's some more, so you guys have an idea of what DeKalb is. Okay. So, anyways, the roommates gave up after only a few miles, but the other girls made it all the way to Rockford. I want to know how long it took them. At least a day. Unless they hitchhiked. Just saying. They accepted a few rides from kind motorists. I figured as much. But the girls estimated they walked over 22 miles. What is going on? Not okay. Scram, I'm recording a video. This is my room. Mine, not yours. Can't stand spiders, and they're just everywhere. I thought I sprayed everything down in here. I did not. That fucker's big. That fucker's big. I don't even know if I can turn the camera on. I'm not going to. Absolutely not. Okay, he's not moving. So let's hurry up and finish this fucking video. It took them 5.5 hours to get home. I don't believe that. The sisters decided to take the train back down to school, claiming that they had already obtained a good deal of their gym credits for the year. Marie taught in several Rockford schools after obtaining her degree, including Highland and Kishwaukee schools. She also continued her work with children through her church and during summers at supervised playgrounds. Unlike her siblings, who all married, Marie lived with her parents on Prairie Road until their deaths. Prairie Road? Is that in Beloit? I know there's a Prairie Road in Beloit. I work for Beloit. So, anyways. Her mother died in 1949 and her father in 1958. Sometime in the early 1960s, she moved into the house on McGregor Road. Though Marie dedicated her life to children, she never had any of her own. Marie was 78 years old when she died on March 31st, 1986, in Amberwood Care Center on Rockton Avenue. Oh, I know where that's at too. Aw, that's not that far from my house, actually. I live right by Rockton. I live in this area, this vicinity. The legend of Beulah the Witch will, no doubt, continue. The real mystery might just be why this elderly woman, who spent her life caring for children, would become the target of such maliciousness in the first place, and why the story would continue for decades. And you know what, guys? That was not the last story. I lied. I really thought that was. I forgot there's one more story. And honestly, I think I'm going to hold off on doing this story today. I'm at 13 minutes for this one. I still have to edit the other one, add in the footage that I shot for the last story, which was, it was The Vengeance of Chief Big Thunder. And that took me to Belvedere, so out in front of the Belvedere courthouse, nonetheless. It's so weird. So anyways, I'm pretty sure I shot footage of a cop pulling somebody over, which is, well, I think they were already pulled over, but anyways, there was some really cool stuff there in the park across from the Belvedere courthouse. And they had like a gazebo I took pictures of, and then they had three time capsules? Like 3 time capsules. And for 3 different times. So, and none of them were like real recent, like anytime soon. Like one was for like 2032, or maybe it was 2034, something like that. So years away still. But I found it interesting that this was all inside of a park. Okay. Like they had the memorial there. I took pictures of that. I took pictures of quite a few things that they had there. They didn't have a lot in there, but what they did have, I took pictures of. And that's going to go in that last video. The Vengeance of Chief Big Thunder. And then The Witch of McGregor Road, the video that we did today, I don't really know where it's going to take me. I don't really want to drive by the place that she passed away at, but I really didn't. I don't know. There was really nothing else that popped out in my head. Usually when I don't get like a location, I'll drive around and I'll just take pictures and video of stuff that I think you guys might find interesting. So sometimes you guys might actually see that I'm not like driving by somebody's house. Or I feel like a creeper or a stalker. But anyways, sometimes there's nothing in the story that's going to give me an idea where it is. And that there's a really good story actually. The story of the family that had the same thing happen to them as the Amityville house. Like they don't tell you where the house is. They don't tell you who the family is. There's really nothing. There's nothing. So I went on nothing. So that's why that footage ended up in that video. In case anybody was wondering, they're probably like, why did this end up in this video? Because I took things that I found interesting and I thought maybe I could share it with you guys. So anyways, on that note, we are 16 minutes in. There's a huge freaking spider over here staring at me. And I really wish I could get out of the basement, but I don't see that happening anytime soon, guys. So anyways, on that note, if you guys liked my video, give me a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And as always, I appreciate you guys for watching so much. So much. You guys don't even understand. I really, truly appreciate it. Thank you. Because without you guys, I wouldn't want to keep going. But you guys give me the will to keep going. If that isn't, I don't know. I don't even know. Anyways, I've had a day today. I'm ready to start editing these videos and getting these videos up for you guys to enjoy. So, thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.